Hello everyone, this is James here with Living on Linux, and today we're going to do an unboxing of the FLX1s. This is actually the first video on my channel here, and what better way to kick it off with an unboxing of one of the best open source phones that is in the market today. I've been actually using the FLX1, the original, for the last several months, and I'm excited to move to this new version as it has a 2 gig memory bump over the previous version, as well as some hardware kill switches and some other nice features. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands dirty with this, and I'll be doing a more thorough breakdown on the channel later to answer any questions you might have about the device, as you guys have any curiosities around the phone. But otherwise, I'm going to get right into it and actually pull this bad boy open here. So let's open it up here. We have some nice packaging here to keep the phone nice and safe. I'll slide it out. Out of the packaging here, we have a nice little cover here to protect the front. It looks nice. We can actually see the nice hardware kill switches here on the side. So one here for the camera, one here for the cellular signal, and one here for the microphone. So you can easily disable those or turn those on as you need, as well as what looks to be a button here, likely for power, as well as a volume up and down here, as well as a third button, which we'll play around with this as we boot it up here. We can see on the back we have the camera, as well as the flash. Nice little branding here from Fury Labs. And they do offer some things like cases as well. I did order a case as well as a screen protector that I'll be putting on this guy as well to make sure I keep it nice and safe. But for now, we'll go ahead and see if we can turn this guy on here. Have a little boot up. And there we go. We have the Fury logo as Fury OS begins to boot up. And we'll probably be taken through an initial walkthrough. As we see that boot up, we'll go ahead and see what else is in the box. We have some nice headphones here with the USB-C there, which is great, very handy, as well as a charging and data transfer cable, and also just two USB-C ends there. So great, as well as a SIM removal tool we see at the bottom there. So all very useful tools that we'll use. So if we put that aside, we'll take a look here as we got this booted up. We could see the actual intro here. This is using Fury OS, which is based on Debian. And this setup process we have here is actually, looks like it's based on Phosh, or a version of that, but largely based on the GNOME ecosystem. So we'll go ahead and select English here. You know, you can go ahead and customize it, whether or not you like light or dark mode. I prefer dark mode. And then you can also dictate how big or small you'd like the text for your phone. So, you know, I'm going to pick something right there in the middle for right now. And then here you can select your wireless networks. I'm going to go ahead and select mine and get connected here. And we'll let that connect, and there we go. So now that we've done that, we actually get brought to a screen here to check for updates. So we'll see as Fury OS goes through some initial updates there. Nope, we had an update actually fail there, so we'll actually retry a little bit later. But for now, we'll update manually a later time. And then at this point, we can go ahead and set our PIN. So I'll go ahead and put in my secure information here. You have to do a minimum of 6 characters for your PIN or password if you prefer to use. Do keep in mind it's a mobile device, so you want to be able to enter this quickly on the go. And then here's a nice option. That's a nice feature of these FLX phones. which is you do have the option to actually run Android apps as well, and you actually have the option here to run Android automatically when the phone starts. This can be a nice feature if you're really used to life on the Android ecosystem. But for me right now, I'd like just to turn that on as I need to, not necessarily have it all the time. Even though I do have that nice memory bump now, so maybe it's more handy to just keep it running all the time. But I like to conserve my resources, you know, be light as possible on the system resources if I can. So I'll go ahead and go forward here, and that's it. And the phone's now set up. So we have our initial setup of our device. We can see the time is a little off here, but we'll go ahead and get logged in. And when we're logged in, we're presented with a pretty minimal setup. We have our browser as well as our phone and our texting application. You can go ahead and start to install applications as you wish from the software store, which is likely the first place you'll want to go. I'm going to go ahead and play around with this device, get more used to its particular nuances and get it connected to my cellular service. But as I'm already familiar with using the FLX devices, I'm pretty familiar with the setup process, and I can, if you guys wish, go into more depth on some of the specifics of getting this device up and running. We can see here the software store is taking a little bit of time to load, but hopefully it'll get there after the initial repository update. Here we go. So we're starting to get our app categories in there, and we can start to install some various applications as we see fit. So you can see some various categories here: social applications, applications for productivity, things for developing, things for learning. And then as well, if you install the Android applications, you can have that entire ecosystem as well. So this has just been a quick introduction here to the FLX1s. Again, I'm very excited to get going with the device, and I'll give you guys a better breakdown of some of its capabilities a little bit later. So thank you guys. Bye-bye.